Hey guys, my name's Adam Sneebold. I am a music producer. Um, I basically just make music for fun, have a good time while I'm in college, as you can see. Um, and I just figured I'm not posting this to my main channel. I think I'm just going to post this to some sort of secret channel or something like that. And this is just going to be a little bit of a rant from me. So essentially, I basically post my music and on Spotify and basically all streaming platforms. And when I do that, I like to promote it in various different ways. Now, there are plenty of traditional sort of methods that have been used in the past that have worked for some people for sure. I think that they could still be viable options. I'm not 100% sure. I'm talking about things like TikTok. I'm talking about things like Instagram Shorts or not Instagram Shorts, Instagram Reels, or I'm talking about just standard like Facebook promotion or Instagram promotion or whatever, right? Even YouTube promotion, you can pay to promote your music and stuff like that. It's totally a viable option. In my opinion, I do not think those options work, at least for the music that I make. Now, it has also been suggested in many communities before to go on something like Reddit and to go on these sort of self-promoting sort of sites or subreddits, essentially. Unfortunately, those do not work at all. They do not work. And generally, at least for me, TikTok hasn't worked, Instagram hasn't worked, or anything like that hasn't worked. So sometimes I try to find different ideas. And this is going to be my little sort of rant. And also, by the way, sorry, I look like absolute shit right now. Look like absolute shit. Bad lighting, etc. But basically, I try to promote on Reddit. But I promote a little bit of a different sort of way. I essentially promote by going and essentially posting on various different communities, sometimes multiple times on the communities. And this might be a little bit of like this might not be valid. I could be totally wrong, and maybe a lot of people, I mean, I'm assuming no one's watching this video, but if people were to watch this video, I don't know if people would agree with me. Maybe they wouldn't, and maybe I'm completely wrong here. But essentially, I post these things where I say, just broke this amount of monthly listeners as an independent hip hop artist. And it seems like whenever I post that, and then in addition I post my link, it seems to get a lot of upvotes, and it seems to work. And actually, I get a lot of connections. I essentially, I've actually been added to playlists, and it did actually work in the beginning. It worked very, very well on r/music. I was one of the top hosts, and one of the main reasons I currently have essentially, I think now is 1,100 monthly listeners on Spotify, is because I do that method. Now, recently, or actually even from the start, I keep getting complaints about from moderators, and it almost seems like an emotionally charged thing. And a lot of these moderators, they seem to how do you describe it? They seem to and also, I don't know what the quality of this video is. I apologize. I'm not going to edit this video at all. So this is going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit rambly and stuff like that. But hopefully you guys can follow along. But anyways, there seems to be these moderators who ban me not for a reason besides, well, they have a reason. Oh, it's, I've posted this before. And some of that is totally, but along with saying you have posted this before, the general like paragraph that they write is that the paragraph that they write is something like they write something like that sounds a lot more emotionally charged and a lot more of a vent of their own music not working. I just don't. It just feels like, because I see these people, and most of the people who complain are literally people who are doing the methods that I say haven't worked and are still not working from them. And they've been doing it for 2 years. And so it seems like they're mad that, or upset that this method of promoting, just because it's different and just because it's a slightly different way of promoting, it seems to be emotionally charged. I totally get banning me or removing the post because of me maybe posting it like one or two times, or maybe more than one time, right? Sometimes I do that. Usually I post it, if I'm posting it on a subreddit, I post it on multiple different subreddits, but if I'm posting it on a different subreddit, or on the same subreddit, sorry, it'll be after like a week or two. And so I get basically, especially from this one guy, who I don't know if I technically have I technically do have. So it says basically, OP, you've officially banned the sub for the repeated bold-faced lies to play off people's goodwill. And this is from Sage9 Music. You have made one of these, I broke this amount of listeners after X years. And I usually say after 5 years because that's how much I broke. Anyways, over 10 times now with each of the variables changing each time. I don't know if the X years is true. I've changed the monthly listeners because I have gone up in monthly listeners. So when they're saying X amount of listeners, it's because I go from 100 monthly listeners to 1,000 or to 500 or whatever. And I'm saying how much I've broken. So, okay. It's fantastic that people want to support and celebrate each other's successes. You apparently see that as a way to be abused for a handful of clicks. I'm essentially, and he says at the end, such scummy grifter behavior, which I really do not think that is true at all. I really don't think it is scummy grifter behavior. I think it is a different way of me promoting, and people promote through ways. I mean, people promote on TikTok, right? It's not gonna be like, hey, check out my music. That's not how it is. It's usually played in some sort of video, or it's done in a certain way where it works for them. And I guess it could be technically, you could say that for any post, essentially. You could say, this is deceptive behavior or anything like that. But honestly, it really isn't. It's just a different way of promoting. And you know what? I'm going to keep promoting because that's what works. I got put onto a playlist because I got contacted by somebody and they said, do you want to be added to a playlist? And it was because of one of the posts. They were like, wow, this is really cool that you hit this amount of monthly listeners. Do you want to be added to this playlist? And so I can guarantee you, if I just kept posting TikToks every single day, which I did do for like 30 days, but let's just say I posted it for like a year, like everybody else, it would not work, because the way to make it in music is to not do the exact same thing that everyone has done. I've seen plenty of people doing that. I've seen one of my used to be friends doing that all of the time, where he posts the exact same thing every single day, and he posted it. He still posts it to this day. I see it on TikTok, or and he gets 200 views, 100 views, and he's posted for like 6 months. So clearly that doesn't work. You need to find a specific way to promote that isn't just the common thing to do. You don't want to follow the sheep, essentially. You don't want to follow basically what everyone else is doing. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's so stupid. And apologize if this is sort of a rant. This is more of like a private sort of thing, but I like the feeling of like posting it to somewhere, because I know it won't get lost. or maybe it will. I don't know. But there's been times where I've made videos on my phone, but then my phone gets destroyed or like something like that, or the iCloud doesn't get backed up. So I feel like posting it on YouTube, because YouTube is almost like an archive. You know, I can look back at videos from 6 years ago or something like that, and I can still look at it today, what I've posted, as long as I have the channel name. So I'll make sure to maybe put this in my notes, or I'll make sure to kind of I'll have a specified name or something like that, though. Make sure for me to remember this, essentially. So yeah, just a little bit of a rant. So yeah, if anyone does see this, check out my music. Let's see if I have it here. Can I move it over to... Can I... Oh. Okay. Here, I'll go F11 for it. Oh, wait, no. Can't. That's weird. Wait. Does it work now? No? Wait. I'm not even going to edit this. No. There we go. Okay. If you want to check out my music, this is it right here. So, check it out. As you can see, the one that was promoted the most was Autumn Memories. And as you can see, 12,000. So, yeah. And this was the playlist that I was added to, like I said. Yeah. All right. Peace.